Hello everyone, welcome to Dynamic Chess channel. First of all, I'd like to wish all of my viewers and subscribers a very happy new year. In 2016, we had a lot of exciting games and events, and 2017 is expected to have even more games and events, which I'll be covering on my channel. So make sure to click the subscribe button. And also next week I'll be posting a video on the top 10 games of 2016. Now in this video I will show you some amazing tricks for black that occur in the Scandinavian defense. And I can assure you that they are very effective, and I have used it many times to beat strong players who are rated above 2000. So when white starts with the move e4, you reply with d5, the Scandinavian defense. Here the most popular reply from white is e cross d5, after which black has two choices. First one is taking with the queen immediately with queen takes d5, and the second one is knight to f6. In this video, I will show you the second one, which is knight to f6. Now notice that there are two pieces attacking the pawn on d5, and here white should certainly not try to hang on to the pawn and play d4, which is the best move for white. But I'll show you what happens if white plays c4 in order to protect the pawn and hang on to it. With this move, white is trying to stay a pawn up. But however, black has a very nice move in this position, which is e6, giving up another pawn, and after white recaptures on e6, then after bishop takes e6, you can see that black has very good development, whereas white pieces haven't even come out yet. From here, all the tricks from black are going to come out, and if white is not careful, his game is going to finish very quickly. And from here, many players try to play d4 in order to attack the bishop with d5, but however, after bishop to b4 check, believe it or not, black already has an advantage over white. So let's see how white can continue from here. Here white has two replies. One is knight to c3 and the other one is bishop to d2. We'll take a look at both of them. And by the way, let me tell you that I've had this position in many of my games. So first, if white tries knight to c3 in this position, then black has a very nice reply with knight to e4, and white is already in great trouble here. Just to show you how dangerous this position is for white, let me show you some variations that can lead to total disaster for white. First of all, queen a4 check does not work in this position because black will simply protect the bishop with knight to c6, and if d5, then queen to f6 is very strong for black, as it attacks f2 and c3 simultaneously, and white is totally lost in this position. And if knight from g to e2 is played, then black can simply take on c4 and regain the material with advantage. As you can see here, black pieces are very active in the center and white pieces are just looking funny, tied up like a knot. Also, after knight to e4, moves like queen to d3 can be met with simply bishop to f5, threatening a nasty discovered attack against the queen. So overall, after bishop to b4 check, knight to c3 is not good for white in light of knight to e4. So the best try for white would be bishop to d2, after which black can simply take with the bishop, and after queen recaptures, black can play queen to e7, again threatening a discovered attack against the king. And note that white cannot play bishop to e2 because of bishop takes c4, taking advantage of the fact that the bishop on e2 is pinned. So first white must block the d file with queen e3, and now black has a very cunning move, which is knight to c6. At first sight this looks like a blunder, because you might think that white can win a piece after d5. However, that is not the case here. Here black would have knight to g4, which attacks the queen, and now note that the white queen must stay along the d file, or else there will be a nasty discovered attack against the king. So white has two choices here, either queen e4 or queen e2. Let's take a look at both of them. Actually, this position right here is now completely hopeless for white. Engines are suggesting a huge advantage for black. Let's take a look at both of these queen moves. If white tries here queen e4, then actually after queen to f6, the pawn on f2 is attacked, and also the pawn on b2 is attacked. Also, if white captures any of the black piece, then simply queen takes f2 check is completely winning for black. The king has to move, then the bishop falls, and after the king moves again, long castling is going to be totally winning for black. So queen to e4 is no good for white, but also if he tries queen e2, then he's simply blocking his kingside pieces, and after knight to d4, hitting the queen once more, the queen has to remain along the d file. So now if queen e4 is tried, then queen b4 check is a very lethal check for the king, and I must say here that white is just completely lost. Now the only sensible move here for white would be knight to d2, after which a silent but strong move from black would be queen to b6, with a threat of knight to c2 check and then taking on f2. Now you might wonder that the black bishop on e6 is hanging because white can take it with the pawn. But here again black has an amazing move with f5, and now the queen must go to b1 to protect the pawn on b2. But after knight c2 check, white must capture this knight, because I will take the rook on a1 for free. And after queen takes c2, queen takes f2 check wins the white queen. After king d1, knight to e3 check, and king c1, black will simply capture the queen. So those were some amazing tricks that you can use in your own games. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and got to learn something out of it. And by the way, I myself have used these tricks in many of my games and have successfully won against players rated above 2000. So I definitely encourage you to use them in your own games. And if you have any questions regarding the Scandinavian defense opening, then you can write your questions in the comment section below. Also, feel free to subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks to improve your game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.